baby.
Good morning, guys. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Big up to all of you in the building. Big up, and hope you're having a great morning. It's your boy, Mark, and MUFC fan in the building, guys. What's good? Let me know in the comments. Can you hear me now? Hope you guys having a great morning. Let's get into the show, guys. Don't forget to smash the likes and subscribe. It's going to be an interesting situation, guys, because as you know, Manchester United, in my opinion, there's change happening. There is change afoot, guys. And what can we say about that? It was a good performance, but a letdown because we could not finish our dinner. But it means that there are positives to be had. Let's talk about these positives and let's have a takeaway. How are you guys feeling this morning? Let me know in the comments. What do you want? What do you think we need to do to change? Can we improve? We need to see more consistent performances like these going forward. It's something that we will all enjoy to see. What are your thoughts in the comments, guys? Big up to you, Prani. Big up, good morning, my bro. Or Pranay. Hope I'm not murdering your name, my bro, but big up to you. Hope you're having a great one. And let's get into it, guys, because we're going to talk about some things, some players that came in that no one expected to be top performers, and none other than Mazraoui so far came into Manchester United. Everyone thought he was going to be injury prone. Everyone thought that, why are we changing Aaron Wan-Bissaka? And then this guy came in, and from the first game, he was nothing but clutch. Big performances, average rating for me, 7 out of 7 every single time. He's been very, very good for Man United, and hopefully it's more to come. And with 100 touches, 10 duels won, 7 recoveries, does Erik ten Hag have another undroppable star in the making, guys? Let me know in the comments what you're thinking because it sounds pretty interesting. Manchester United played a goalless draw against Crystal Palace on Saturday. The Red Devils were by far, the dominant team for the opening hour of the game, but they lacked the cutting edge in the final term, guys. And you know what? Alejandro Garnacho and Bruno Fernandes rattled the woodwork while goalkeeper Dean Henderson made a number of top clutch saves. Despite the stalemate, there was some positive to carry forward. Andre Onana. Guys, a lot of us were thinking about Andre Onana, and we were like, we don't know if he's right. We don't know. But the performance that he put on Saturday was a very good performance. A double save. Even I didn't think it was possible. I thought we were going to concede. But the performance was there from Andre Onana, guys, in goal. And you know what? Long may it continue. I would love to see these guys prove us wrong each and every time with good performances so that, we eat our words, because then Man United wins and we're still happy anyway. You know what I mean, guys? I don't know how you are feeling, but I'm feeling positive. I think it's optimistic. We could have some optimism about Manchester United's season now. The first 3 games had us feeling, yeah, this is not really what we want. But this last couple performances has shown us that they can go up levels and they can do exactly what we expect of them. The only thing we need to iron out is our clinicality issue, guys. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Pranay is saying, let's see what you're saying, my bro. Bring it up to the stage. Yes, bro. ETH and staff have done their part. We are creating lots of chances. So now it's up to the players to do their part and be clinical. I 100% agree with you, my bro. Big up. And, it's one of those things where you look at it from the perspective of a fan, and you want these players to score each and every time. But, it's quite, it's one of those things where, you look at the different types of players we have in the squad, and most of our young players are situated in the attacking lineup of the team. You know what I mean? A lot of those guys are in their first major season from Man United, like Ahmad, who has been delivering. You know what I mean? He has been showing great performances. I was disappointed to see him substituted, but I would say long may it continue for him because he deserves it. He's been here for 4 years now. He's worked hard to find a place back into the squad. And it's one of those things where I have to give him his flowers for his consistent performances. He has shown up really big, and I hope he has an even better game this Wednesday when we take on FC 20 in the Europa League. Pranay is also saying the defense has improved a lot last season. I cannot disagree with that because, You know, when we look at the way this team has been defending, it's more compact. They're more secure. They're quick to close down. They're hunting in numbers. They're winning the ball back higher up the pitch, even higher. You know, we're starting to dominate possession. Andre Onana is not facing a quarter of the shots on average per game that he was facing last season. And it's one of those things that you have to say hats off to the lads. That's hard work. They recovered. They brought themselves back from an abysmal performance last season. And what else can we expect from the guys? Let me know. You know what I mean? Because the one thing I would say that one of the other problems going into the season that we were having is the midfield. But as you can see, guys, our midfield is starting to work out. It's not the midfield that we exactly thought might be starting, but they're working. You know what I mean? We're working with different sets of rotation. Some of the players are coming in, providing different options, and it's working. Now, Rasmus Højlund came in for Xerxes this weekend. A lot of people are saying, you know, Ten Hag made a bad choice in his substitutions. You know what I mean? He also took off the likes of Ahmad. He brought on, he brought on Højlund. He kept Rashford on. He sent Garnacho to the right, and the attack patterns changed. Now, I'm a bit frustrated with that, but at the same time, guys, when I look at it, I think about the perspective of, you know, it was always going to have that effect to some extent because Højlund is a different type of striker to Xerxes. But I would really like to see Højlund start with the likes of an Ahmad who provides that ball into the box. And, you know, Højlund has a little bit quicker step in the first 10 yards. He's more explosive than Xerxes, so he might be able to get on the end of some of these crosses. What are your thoughts in the comments, guys? Let me know because, you know, I feel like there has been quite a bit of improvement in different parts of the pitch. There's been some improvement also in the quality and consistency in the attacking play that we have been creating chances, and it doesn't depend solely on Bruno anymore. And while Bruno may not have had a good game on Saturday, you know, it's just great to see that we can create so much even if Bruno is having a bad game or not, because last season we were pretty much, you know, down to only creation from Bruno for the most part of the season. And when he was not there, we missed him sorely. So it's good to see that there's some evolution in the squad. Different players are coming up and taking the responsibility of creating chances for the team. But now we need the attackers to take the responsibility for scoring the goals. Because if they don't put the goals in the back of the net, guys, where does that leave us? Because for me, when I look at the perspective of, you know, why didn't we win yesterday? I'm just saying, you know, the attack, they don't have it. You know, they're not yet there. They have their days, but it's not every day. And we need them to, you know, at least be more clinical on average every day than just in certain games. You know what I mean? What are your thoughts on that, guys? Because that's the only thing I'm really thinking about right now. We need to work on our clinicality up front. And I'm not too mad at the performance. I'm just a little bit disappointed, but I did enjoy the gameplay. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you as well also enjoyed the gameplay performance during the game. A dominant first half. You know, the second half was not as good, but it was still, you know, we still maintained a certain amount of control in the game. Despite it all, and we're not killing them off in the first half. We allowed them the confidence and chance to come back into the game and make it a tough last 25 minutes for us, which it should not have been. But at the same time, guys, it is what it is. I have to say it like that because, you know, we asked for better performances. We also asked for more consistency. We asked for better defending. We asked for more chance creation. We asked for more fluid football. And it's like we're getting it, but we're just not there. You know what I mean? So I'm going to support the guys. I'm going to give them my support, give them their flowers for this performance, you know, because we, you know, even when we won games, we were like the performance for large portions was not good. So I think we should actually flip the script this time and tell them, you know, you had a great performance. Now you need to add to that by finishing your chances. What are your thoughts on that, guys? I see Pranay is coming in here saying, yes, bro, I agree. We need to surround Højlund with creative players like Ahmad. Xerxes himself is a great link-up player, so having runners around him is better. 100%, bro. 100%. There's another little, topic I wanted to talk about. Erik ten Hag was talking about the performance, and he explained why Man United lost 2 points. I don't know if you guys were able to see the press conference, but for me, when I heard him speak, I thought about it in the perspective that, he's right. At the end of the day, you must take your chances, and you cannot afford to create so many chances and not kill the opponent off. It takes away from what all the good that you have done during the game. You allow the opponent to recover themselves, and then they now have the confidence to come out and attack you. And that's not good, guys. That's not good. So Erik ten Hag, he's going to have a bit to sort out to fix these situations. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be a bit for him to deal with. At the same time, we have a brand new coaching staff. We also have quite a few bit of players returning from injury, guys. So, could it be a squad boost at the right time? Let's check out this article as well. As you know, the reports are that Luke Shaw is back in training as well. He was not featured in the game this weekend, but he could feature on Wednesday against FC20. The Manchester player, for what it's worth, guys, in my perspective, I look at Luke Shaw like a top player. He is one of those guys that, has done well for Manchester United, but he needs to show more fitness consistency, because availability is going to be key for us going forward. This season is going to get very thick and fast in the next 6 weeks. We're going to have 3 games per week, not just playing Europa League, Premier League, but there's also going to be the Carabao Cup. So, guys, we need to make it count. And the injury update, guys: Manchester United, Luke Shaw, Lenny Yoro, and Terrell Malacia. Latest news and return dates. So let's get into that. Let's see what they're saying. Rasmus Højlund made a late cameo at Sellers Park, while Mason Mount was also in the squad after the pair recovered from muscle injuries. The double boost affords Ten Hag options ahead of their Europa League opener against FC20 on Wednesday, before they meet Tottenham in the Premier League on Sunday. With that in mind, here's a look at the latest Manchester United injuries and reports. Luke Shaw, the England defender, is yet to make an appearance for Manchester United this season, but is thought to be progressing well on his return from a calf injury sustained over the course of the summer. He's progressing well, but not yet ready to be selected, said Ten Hag in his last press conference. He is progressing well, of course, but we have a plan in our head. We can be ready, but you're always dependent on how the progress will go. And you can't make a suggestion, because there are so many factors. A plan can accelerate or slow down. Now, so his potential return date is going to be the first week in October. So he may not be available for this game on Wednesday. He may not be available for the game on Saturday as well. But Lenny Yoro, guys, his injured foot has injured himself a while ago, guys. We know he was set to be out for 3 months, with the club has not yet made a competitive appearance. Having undergone surgery himself, the former defender is expected to be back in training, full training in November, right? So Lenny Yoro is not going to be back this month. So, guys, 1 more month. And I would say to you, this is precautionary methods, guys. They gave him extra time to make sure that he's healed well and that he will be ready. You know what I mean? Big up to you guys coming in the chat. Big up to Jarvis Cocker in the building. Hey, Jarvis, big up to you, bro. Do you know I'm flying through Copenhagen to go to Manchester on Wednesday morning? So I will be there for like half an hour at the airport, and then I will be on my way to Manchester. And then back when I go back again Thursday morning, I also have to stop off an hour. So I will be, checking out the sites at the airport, my bro. If I get to come, if it's one of those layovers where I have to switch the planes, actually, then yeah, I will, give you a shout. Big up to you, bro. Big up to Pranay in the building saying Luke Shaw's passing and crossing is quality. I can't disagree there. We have a lot of talented players. They have a lot of skill and technical ability in some instances. Some of them are even much more competent at reading the game and the performance while they're on the pitch. Big up to Hayden Pro in the building. And yes, Hayden, Euro could definitely take us up another level. And it's an interesting situation, the one with Lenny Yoro, guys, because You know, he did come with a possible injury, and it was made worse with him playing games, especially when he played against Arsenal. Someone stepped on his foot, and that totally finished him. But at the same time, he will be back. He was defender in the team of the season in League One last season. The youngster is very talented and competent, and he has a lot of ability to showcase, which we will be seeing soon. And it might come at the right time as the games come thick and fast. He will be able to come in and make us claim for himself in the team, probably get into the the starting 11. You never know. It could be a situation where we have a starting defense for the Europa League going forward, a starting defense for the Premier League, and in between, these guys are going to substitute to give each other rest and support each other in the team. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting. Next up on the list is Terrell Malacia, who has not played for United for well over a year, but is now expected to return imminently after his injury. We have seen the tunnel of the welcome for the new signings to Terrell Malacia last weekend. So you know he's back in full team training. He will be in the squad and possibly available for selection against FC20, but he may not play. I think he might be coming on in the next 2 games, maybe possibly for a cameo against Tottenham. Let's see how it goes. Victor Lindelof is another one. And guys, I'm not too sure about this guy. You know, he got suddenly injured right before he was possibly sold this summer. And, you know, while he has contributed to the squad for a long time, it's his time to go. You know what I mean? He's not the most physical guy. He doesn't provide that strong, stoic presence in the back, but he has his merits as well. Excuse me. And having him back might be posed to be some form of a plus in terms of rotation, maybe in the Carabao Cup as well and the FA Cup, because all these things are happening. Big up to Yali in the building. Now let's get in the comments, see what you guys are saying. You know, it's going to be an interesting one. Big up to Biku, my brother. I hope you're well, bro. I haven't seen you in a while. You know, good performances. Yeah, Liverpool is in second place, but don't worry, bro. You're only there for a short period of time. Enjoy it while it lasts. It doesn't seem like it's going to last forever. It seems like your system is being figured out by some of the weaker opposition as well. It's pretty tough for you guys now to beat the low block teams. You know what I mean? So you got to look out for that, Biku. Big up to Jarvis says, I'm traveling on Thursday to Oslo and Frankfurt, Sofia. So I'll be in the air just like you, pal. Big up, my bro. How long are you going? Oh, you're going to... Okay. Big up, bro. Big up. He's another player who's good from set pieces as well. There, Lenny Yoro is very competent. He's a good driver of the ball. He has good balling ability. He can play a pass as well from deep. You know, he's one of the best progressive passers from defense as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it impacts the team going forward with his addition. You know what I mean? He does play left center back as well as right center back. He can't even play right back. So, whoa, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting, guys, when the competition gets heated. You know what I mean? Big up to Yali in the building. We only got one injury left, and that's Lenny Yoro. He will be back soon. I'm looking forward to his performances. There's a lot to be happening, guys. As you know, in the first week of October, we're going to be kicking off the National League Cup. So we're going to see a lot of performances coming to the television set near you. You're going to start to see you're going to have the opportunity to watch some of the games of the under-21s with the likes of Sekou Kone as well. So, you know, let's look. Maybe Lenny Yoro might make his comeback in the National League tournament, guys. So let's see how it goes. Big up to all of you, and trust me, it's going to be interesting. I will be letting you guys know when are the match games for those games in the National Cup, which are going to be featured in the under-21s. If you guys want to join me doing those watch-alongs, I will be here. So big up. Pranay is saying, absolutely, I have massive respect for Lindelof because he has been such a professional and a team player, but we need to be honest and ruthless if we want to win trophies. 100%. Yup, Mark, work on my portfolio for the job. Big up to you, bro. Big up to you, bro. Hope everything is good. Hope you get the job as well. You know, so guys, what are your thoughts this morning? Let me know how you're feeling. You know, how do you guys feel about the positivity going forward? You know, what can this team do? Can we keep improving? You know, will we do what we must? You know what I mean? And what we must do, guys, is continue to improve. continue to try to dominate games, continue to try to be fluent, and find clinicality. We need to be clinical most of all, guys. Good morning to you, Richard Harper. Hope you're well, brother. Big up to you all the way over there in Canada. Richard, I don't know if you know, I have lots of family living in Canada, bro. My aunt lives there with my cousins. I've got a classmate that I went to school with for like 5 years in the university, in art school in Miami. We live together as well. He lives over in Toronto. Even Drex and Tesh, they're living out in Canada as well, my brother. So, you never know. I might be popping over there sometime, but I'm definitely going to be in the U.S. for the World Cup. So maybe I'll hit you up because there are some games in Canada as it is a tri-nation tournament. Let's see how it is. Richard is saying, we will be okay. It's still early and we have many new players. Big up to you, my bro. Definitely, bro. I will definitely pop a visit across there. My buddy Matt is probably mad at me because, I kind of missed his wedding, guys. I wasn't able to get over there in time. And yeah, I have to, send him a Man United kit to make up for that. Big up to him. Probably try to see if I could get one signed as well. Oh, big up to Pranay. Lives in Manitoba, Canada for 8 years until I moved to Dubai last October. Oh, big up to you and congratulations, bro. You know what I mean? Must have been an interesting situation moving all the way to Dubai, bro. You know what I mean? It's really nice over there, I heard. I have a lot of friends who visit and been working there. I have a friend who works in the Burj Al Arab as a chef. He's very good as well. Big up to you and big up to everyone over in Dubai. Hope you guys are having a good one. Oh, wait, Pranay. Even my buddies out there in Dubai, bro. You know what I mean? In the UAE. I mean, well, is that the same place? I think it is. Maybe. I could be wrong. Sal is across there. So, you know what I mean? I'm always hitting up Sal all the time, bro. Big brother Sal, he's a really cool guy. Make sure you check out his streams as well. Don't forget, Chatterbox Situation is always live every morning at 7 a.m. UK time, So, guys, a little bit of a recap. We talked about the impact of Mazraoui since he came in. Very, very good performer of the right back. Kenny is even a possibility that it might be hard pressed for Dalot to get a starting role there. You know what I mean? But this is what we want to see, competition for places. You know what I mean? There's been better performances in the front line. Garnacho is now, mixing it up with Marcus Rashford off the left wing. You're seeing consistent starting performances from Amad Diallo, who just, finally got the nod, and he has been delivering. So for me, guys, we're seeing improvements all across the park. Christian Eriksen. Christian Eriksen coming in and dominating games, creating for Man United. Cheers to that guy, brother. Because you know what, guys? I was one of those guys thinking, yes, he is that creative player, but he does not have the legs. 65 minutes he showed he can help Man United dominate the midfield, bro. And I have to show him, put my hands up and say, you know what, Chris, you did the business, bro. Big up to you. You know what I mean? Kobbie Mainoo, much better performances than his first few games. Really enjoyed watching him play yesterday. He's finding his swagger back. Also, you never know, guys. Maybe he's got some rest in his legs and finally able to, to give the energy out and output during games. Because sometimes some players start off a bit slow. They're a little bit sluggish, fatigued from the last season. Maybe that was all it was for Kobbie Mainoo. So, going forward, I would like to see more from the attacking line, more from Marcus Rashford, more from Joshua Zirkzee, and certainly more from Garnacho and Amad. And if Anthony gets his chance, I'm still counting on him to get 25 GA. Remember that, guys. Remember that. Don't forget it. You know what I mean? I would melt over there for too hot for this grandpa. Big up to you, bro. Big up. We are going back. We are going back to our roots, bringing youth and have experience sprinkled through the roster to help them develop, going back to the SAF plan. Well, I mean, I think it was always in our DNA. We're always a team that played the youth. It's the most complicated big club in world football to deal with, guys, because while other managers, they just have to win games, United managers have not only to win games, they have to win games while developing youth, playing the youth players, as well as integrating the new players who come in which were purchased to the squad that they inherit. So it's a little bit more of a difficult task to be a Man United manager than most, which is weird, right? You would never expect it in that way. But when I look at it, we're the only club that really expects our manager to bring youth through and win and develop the youth at the same time. Now you see how high our standards are, guys. Our standards are so high, other clubs can't even compete with that. Could you tell me another club that does the same thing? Bro, it's unreal, guys. It's unreal when you look at it. During the Glazer years, we seem to buy players that stop the youth from progressing 100%. We never really researched those players well. We never bought players that, you know, we did the full assessment of, that fit our profile, fit the system that we want to play. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where back in that time, you know, we used to get players who suited our system, matched the character of the club, all these things, and we integrated them. But now, yeah, man. Big up, big up. Yali Malmin, it was strange not to have a player from the youth team on the bench. I cannot remember when the last time United did that. But we did have a player from the youth on the bench. Didn't we have Collier on the bench, bro? Oh no, Collier played the same day. He played with the on the 18s. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you know, that's, you know, we had 4 games this weekend, Yali, all of them on Saturday. You know, the under 21s played, the under 18s played, even the women's team played. They won 4-0. The women's team won 3-0. The under 18s won 4-0. You know, Gabby Biancheri having a brace, you know, in the other games with the academy, the under 21s, they lost 3-1 to Man City. So we had lots of games on Saturday, guys. Lots of games. Right before the Manchester game, all the other teams in Man United were playing, the youth teams. So yeah, it's one of those things. It's kind of interesting. And looking at it in on the 1st or the 2nd of October, it's the opening games of the National League Cup. So some of these youngsters are going to be even playing in that cup as well. You know what I mean? Youth development comes built in with a Ten Hag package. 100%, bro. 100% there. I think Nico Paz is a perfect replacement for Bruno Fernandes in the future. Might be interesting. I think he's a very good player as well. I have to agree with you there. But I also, there's this other youngster that I really, really like. Can't remember his name right now, but I will be talking about him. I'm going to be dropping some videos pretty soon this week, guys. I'm just working on the edits right now. I'm not the best, so I'm trying my best right now. And, you know, I will be uploading some member videos pretty soon, as well as videos for the channel as well. So, guys, you're going to be getting a lot of scouting information. I'm going to do... Oh, awesome. I'll drop it in the chat. There you go, Jarvis. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things, guys. I feel like, you know, it's a situation where, you know, I'm optimistic. I think I'm seeing consistent patterns of play going forward. I see good performances. I see some development. I see some ways and possibilities we are going to improve and keep improving. And I'm just going to look at it from that perspective, guys, and have a little bit of faith. You know what I mean? This structure has been structuring. They've been doing a great job. You know, there's lots of young players. You know, Chido Obi Martin should be announced this week. We announced Samuel Lasale last week. You know, there's Sekou Kone as well. You know, there's 3 other youngsters that came in. Philippe Mexes as well was announced. So a lot of things are happening. And, you know, some of the reports on possible deals that could be happening in January, it might be looking like we could be attacking a Xavi Simons deal in the January window as well. So, you know, Nico Paz is great, but maybe they might be looking at Xavi Simons as a replacement. You know what I mean? We need to hurry if we plan to get Naipan. The youngster is rocking and rolling for RBK right now, and I do not like it. Well, big up for him at RBK, bro. You know what I mean? Naipan, what I've been hearing about Naipan is that we are very keen on him, as well as Young Riggs is another player that we're looking at heavily. We have been scouting Digsby as well, the guy that did the number on Delo. You know what I mean? So let's see how it goes, guys. What I can say to you is that it's interesting. I remember. I know Nico Paz is from Spain, my bro. You know what I mean? He plays for the under-20 national team as well. Nico, you know, it's hard to get Spain players, but, you know, we're Manchester United, bro. We had PK before Barcelona. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Hey Jarvis, morning, bro. Long time no
Hey,
see.
hey,
Hope
hey,
you're
good morning.
well.
Yeah, I'm
How you
good. I'm
doing?
good. Well, I was just listening to you while drinking coffee because I'm on my way to work. But I thought, what the hell? Let's just jump on for 5 minutes and say hi. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, bro. Like, a
Yeah.
lot has changed. A lot has changed. I broke my
Yeah.
laptop. all sorts of things in that time.
Okay. Yeah, interesting show now. Yeah, I'm listening. But what do you think about this guy, the Norwegian youngster, Sverre Nypan? Is he any good?
Yeah, even my little brother was telling me about him. As you know, my little brother's in Aalborg right now, and I think he went to watch a game, and he was like, "This guy is pretty good." You know what I mean? I like him. Da 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 da. And
Mm-hmm.
my little brother says he reminds him. He's sort of like that kind of Totti type of player in a kind of way. So.
Okay.
And I was like, when he said Totti, I was like, I watch him funny on the phone, and he was like, yeah, bro, because Totti is one of my favorite players now. So when he described him like that, I'm gonna be like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's not wrong though. I watched a few of his highlights and thing, and I think he's a player that we should be looking at. I think there's lots of reports that confirm that United are trying to plot a deal for him in January. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, his team Rosenborg, they're not doing so well. I'm not sure where they are in the league, but Jarle knows better than me. But yeah, he's good, but he's young, and something different coming from Norway, traveling all the way to England. For me, I would rather go for a player like you see that Dibbling guy, the Southampton
Yeah,
winger. He looks ready, right now.
he looks
Um,
ready.
yeah, because I know,
What I
like you remember Isaac Hansen,
mhm.
superb talent coming from the Norwegian Premier League.
And there's the
Never
thing
seems
with
to
English
make the
football,
cut.
Jarvis, because for me, me, I liked him, but I think they probably look at his size and be like, yeah, he we need more size. It's the weirdest thing for me with English football, bro. It's like they
Yeah,
pay so much attention to these 6 foot guys as opposed to sometimes
true.
a guy might not be 6 foot. Because look at Ahmad. I would say Ahmad is the perfect example. He's not as big as most of the guys.
What's Ahmad? He's 5'5".
He's 5'5" or something, bro.
Yeah,
Ahmad is a small guy, but
one
he has
meter
good.
70 centimeters, 70 something, like same height as Maradona or Messi.
You understand? So for me, it's always gonna be interesting. So I don't like the whole height thing and size thing. For
Yeah.
me, it's about skill and talent. Big up to Jarvis. What I mean, they're fifth. They're sniff first place again after 7.
I can tell you, Mark, Rosenborg is a very fascinating team. It's almost the same as Man United when it comes to legacy in Norway. They
Mm,
won the league, I think, by like 10 times in a row, and qualified for the Champions League 10 years in a row to the group stages. Sometimes they got to the quarterfinal, but it's a Norwegian club. But they did well, put in perspective. And they made a lot of money from the Champions League. Suddenly, they were the richest club. They built a new stadium, not entirely new, but they rebuilt their old stadium. Everybody in Norway was hoping that Rosenborg was going to win because of the European Cups, but
mm,
suddenly everything fell apart because they had one manager. He was called Nils Arne Eggen. He was the talisman, like the Alex Ferguson. He was the manager for 20 years. When he retired, everything fell to pieces. Same
I
story as
mean,
Man United. And now they are struggling in the mid-table, and they can't seem to fix it. They try to buy themselves out of the problems over and over and over again, and they go in the same cycles as we do. Suddenly they hire an ex-player, everybody's cheering on, lose a couple of games, let's sack him, bring in a foreign manager, everything is going to be great. Lose a couple of games, they sack him. So they try and try and try and try, but never seems to have any stability. So it's the
yeah.
same patterns as Man United.
I mean, it's a difficult cycle to get out of a Jarvis. It's like that loophole of that spinning ball of death on your MacBook Pro. But only
Mhm.
thing is it's nice colors on the MacBook, but this one is a dark hole. And some teams it's hard to get out of that downward spiral. And for United, look what it took. It took a partial sale and people who decide they just want to focus on the football, doing a lot of things differently, hiring a bunch of new people involved. And I mean,
Yeah.
we are Manchester United, and it took a lot for us to start seeing a little bit of change. And right now we're starting to see a little bit of, fruits of the labor. We probably will see more over the course of the season. You know, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah. He's from Norway.
Yes,
Manchester is red
yes.
forever.
Big up, big up.
Big up to you.
I must say, Mark, I had an interesting debate yesterday on Noradin's channel. I don't know if you saw it.
And yesterday I was stuck on a train for a couple hours, Jarvis. It was
Yeah,
one of
okay, yeah,
the.
because we had Rance on as guest, and Rance.
Yeah,
Rance
yeah,
is,
yeah.
is, is very anti Ten Hag, and is very opinionated, and he speaks in certainties always. Great guy, and we had a good debate. But he said the United didn't have any style of play, and he couldn't see any improvements, and everything was so. Are is he right, or do you
I,
see
I,
improvements?
for me, I saw a more compact defending situation, which was not, as like, they was not opening up our defense, to be fair. They had like one moment really where there was like, they broke through the press, they got through the defense, they played a ball in, and a guy had a shot like, and he missed. And I was like, since that moment, the defense looked a little bit more solid. The midfield was not what I expected it to be, but it was still more compact, and I had a lot of control over the game. I mean, we practically, if we're talking about the second half for 4 months,
Mm-hmm.
I could see where you might be upset and frustrated because, many games we've had good performances, and in the last 10 minutes, I don't know if it's fatigue or lack of concentration, started getting to some, the other team started coming back in the game. That's
Yeah.
what it felt like this weekend. But for the first 70, 75 minutes, we were so dominant that the frustrating thing was, why can't we score? You know
Mm.
what I mean? And for me, it's more about the squad now than particular players per se, because regardless if we make 4 or 5 substitutions, we should be able to maintain a certain level
Mm.
of
Mm.
performance.
Mm.
And I'm not gonna be mad that Rasmus came on and he didn't really do much because he just came back from injury. So for me, I was hoping we scored before he came on the pitch. You know,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
will expect more from him. Let's say if we when he play against Tottenham, even if he play in the Europa League, I will still give him a little bit of uncertainty because it's just the second game back, and whenever muscle injury, you have to take stages. So
yeah. Mm.
that's the other thing. I think Bruno had a bad game. He's not having a good start to the season, and maybe rightfully he should be coming on as a substitute, maybe. But I would not say that we didn't score or win the game because of Bruno solely. I mean, a lot of players had chances. Some players had opportunities to take chances but didn't take them.
Mm.
But overall, a good performance. At least,
Mark, I have a theory when it comes to Bruno, because I appreciate everything Bruno does in a positive way. He creates a lot of chances for us. He assists and create goals. Um, and in a way, we have relied on Bruno for 4 years now. He's been our only outlet, consistent outlet into scoring goals. But what I see when Ten Hag style, we come into games, as you mentioned, and we press and we play really well. Last season we saw it for 20 minutes, 25
mhm.
minutes, and then we fizzled out. This season we have seen us playing longer spells. We have the momentum in the game, maybe 45 onto 60 minutes, and then we fizzle out, because it's very hard to keep momentum up all the time, because you have to work extra hard all the time. You have to press high, you have to have high recoveries, you have always have to move, you have to interchange, make it very difficult for the opposition to play against you. And we know we can do it, but the problem is with Bruno is we lose the ball too many times, and let's say we are using up our fuels on winning back the ball over and over and over again. We should be able to rest with the ball in possession, have a breather sometimes. It's about dictating the tempo and rhythm of the game, because Bruno, he have one switch, and that's on and off. He doesn't have a switch where you can gradually
Turn him up.
take it up to the max and slow it a little bit down again. And that's the biggest problem with Bruno. I'm not trying to criticize or have a Bruno agenda. I'm trying to level it out for people to understand what is the issues with a player
Mhm.
like Bruno. Do you agree?
100% actually. You know what I mean? And you know me as a Bruno fan, but I do
Mm,
think he needs to learn to measure himself.
mm,
What I can say is that in the first half, he actually looked a little bit more neat and tidy. He looked like he was keeping it a little bit simple. But in the second half, he started trying to
the
create that goal.
desperation is coming. We needed
Yeah,
a goal.
we
So
needed
it's
a
like he
goal.
stopped thinking. It's like, bzzzt.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
for what it's worth, though, what I would say is that what it looks like is like he is trying to make the adjustment. Whether he will be successful at it, at making that transition into that type of player or not, that is up to
Mm,
him. You know what I mean? That's up to the coaching and that's up to him, his ability as a person. So it's possible. I would not put it past him to be able to fit himself into that mold by the end of the season because I know he has quality. But what I will say is that he's not that player and he needs to get himself there because if not, then he might not be that player going forward. You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not too mad at him about it, but I just say like the reason why I say I see positive changes, like the title this morning, is
Mm,
because I saw that from Bruno in the first half, and I never really saw that from Bruno before at any time in any game.
mm.
So to see that little bit of him trying to have control, I am positive.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to talk too much about it because we are covering this on Jarvis's Corner tonight, 9 p.m. We are going to talk about fatigue. That will be one of the main topics of the show because as I said, Bruno, he looks, maybe we are seeing the Bruno burnout now because his performance has dropped and he's been playing 6 to 7 thousand minutes every season now for, I would say, 3 years in a row. And it takes a toll going that way, playing that much games, that many minutes at a high level, and it has to stop somewhere. He's not a superhuman. So
True.
I think maybe we are seeing a little bit of a fatigue or a burnout on Bruno, and I believe now it's probably the time, if Ten Hag is a good manager, to take him out of the limelight and rest him for I would say a full 3 to 4 weeks and have him fully recovered and coming back firing at all cylinders when we come to Christmas time and we have a game every 3 day.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting one, Jarvis. You know what I mean? Like, I would still say we are a little bit of a work in progress, but from where we've started this season to where we are today, I think we could all admit that we have seen progress. We've seen it in front of your eyes in terms of the defending, the midfield, and even in the attack. We definitely need the attackers to be more clinical. I think that's the only real problem that I could
Mm,
say is a problem because for me, I will always think about it in this perspective that if you don't score your chances, you don't give your defense relax that time to
yeah,
relax or mindset to relax because unless you
100%.
score a goal, the pressure is on. You know what I mean?
Mm,
It don't matter if you're the dominant team or not. When you don't score, your defenders have under the same pressure that the other defenders on because there's no goal to cushion them. So they
mm,
can't really relax. And we need to start scoring those goals. We need to start taking our chances. One of those guys in that forward line needs to step up to the responsibility of I am going to take these chances so
mm.
that we could finally, it might have to be Rashford, it might have to be Hoyland, it could even be Ahmad or Ganacho, but one of them has to step up and say, listen, I'm going to get us that goal every game. You know what I mean? But we'll
Yeah.
see how it goes over the course of the season.
Yeah, we will see. We'll be. That's our biggest problem at the moment, scoring goals. But it's like the ketchup bottle effect. Suddenly it comes, and we just need to keep on working, producing chances, and we will, and the goals will come. Um,
Yeah,
but
I
but
think so.
going a little bit back to the Bruno issue for Ten Hag, I think we have options now. We can play Mount in the 10, we can play Ericsson in the 10, we can play Xerxes in the 10. So we don't rely on Bruno as much as we have used to this last 2 to 3 seasons. So now it's Ten Hag's chance to actually give him a rest, play him
Exactly.
every third game now until he recovers, because I think as a and he's getting older. He's how old is he? 29,
30,
30?
29, 29.
Yeah. So
Mm.
I know how it is with football. Your body is getting older. It takes a little bit longer before you recover. You can't train as hard. You get easily injured. but you compensate because you're getting quicker in your mind. You know, you don't run as much. You're doing the right choices. You get more serious. You eat better. You sleep better. You know, so in a way it evens itself out, but it comes to a point.
100%, 100%. You know, Jarvis, thanks so much for joining me this morning. You know, I know you have to get to work. I also have to go do some work this morning as well. I would like to big up everyone in the chat. Big up to you, Tommy Boyle. Big up to Manchester's a Red Forever. Bro, everybody's a member because, you know, I gave away some memberships yesterday and some other guys gave away memberships, you know, 2 days prior. So I think it was like about 30 or 40 memberships have been given out. And, you know, if you didn't get one, bro, like I'm gonna probably give away some on Wednesday morning. You know, when I'm gonna do try to do a live match vlog at Manchester United Stadium when I arrive. So in the morning, I will try to give away 10 memberships as well. So guys, look out for that. You know, big up to Jarvis, big up to all of you coming in, big up to Hayden Pro in the building. You know, big up to Yali as well. Big up to Richard Harper. You know, thanks for coming in every morning. Cryptonomics as well. You know, big up to all of you guys. Pranay, big up to you, Biku Talks Football. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for always coming in and joining me every morning. I hope you guys have a great day. You know what it is. It's positive optimism right now. Manchester United, in my opinion, I know they haven't turned the corner, but we could see some progressive signs of improvement, and we could all be happy with that for now. I think, you know, what we could do is expect them to do more. And I guess look forward to the UEL on Wednesday. You know, guys, don't forget to check out Jarvis Corner tonight. You know, I will be watching, you know, I mean, I will be coming home from class, but I will still be watching and I will be in the chat. So big up to each and every one of you. Hope you have a great day, Jarvis. Thanks so much for joining me,
Thank
buddy.
You
See
too.
you again. Too. I will be seeing, you know, Norway for the first time, you know, for like a few minutes, you know, but it will be exciting. Trust me. Nice. I will be back sometime in October to visit my bro, so I'll let you know when I'm there. But big up to everyone. Hope you guys have a great day. It's been your boy, Mark and MUFCFAN, and Jarvis Cocker in the building, guys. We will catch you guys later.